Okay, leave the stage.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the Bookmap Academy. We meet every Thursday at market close, 4 p.m. East Coast time. And this is a mentoring and coaching program. We go through your coaching program. We go through your documentation and journaling of your trades. And we open the mic for you. So we want to hear from you what you're doing, what was your decision making, and how can we help? How can we give some feedback, and learn from each other here. That's the whole goal of the program. I'm not going to go through the details of the program. I'm just going to show you where you can find it. Just go to bookmap.com, click on the More button, and then you'll see it under here, Bookmap Academy. Or if you do a Google search for Bookmap Academy, this is a process here, or there's a pathway, I should say. You apply here, you will apply for the Bookmap Junior Academy. And then if you get accepted into that, or you make the criteria for that, then you can work your way up into the Bookmap Academy and get Bookmap for free, become a coach, become a streamer, etc. So this whole process we're kind of opening up. We're appreciative for you guys engaging in the program, and then we're giving back to help out as well. And just a few things to go through here. The pilot program, so we put this together some months ago now. So it's more than just a pilot program. In fact, I might need to change the name here. So if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. But this is a program to define and build an edge. This is the biggest gap I've seen with a lot of traders is they can understand setups, they can trade setups like you wouldn't believe, one after another, and learn another one. However, they don't know if they have an edge with it. This is a process that will go through, and we get down into the nuts and bolts of it, so that you know you have an edge if you take the trade, because you'll be taking it many times in replay mode in Bookmap, and it will be in the trading journal as well. So if you're interested in that, I'll put the link into the chat for you. And then this is the process we're going to go through here in the Bookmap Academy and journaling to build your playbook. Understand these 4 elements, and number 4 is really where most of us are spending our time journaling, but these 3 are so important. Impetus, what's moving the market, your key levels, where your higher time frame key levels, why are you trading at these levels, and then developing scenarios and strategies around them. So for example, if you're looking for a range bound trade and it's hitting a range on the daily chart, well, what do you want to do? Are you looking for a range expansion in a breakout, or are you looking for mean reversion back into the range? So that will determine your setup. You select the proper setup for the day, you're way ahead in the game. And you have this at that point, you know exactly what you're looking for. You have a checklist. And that's what we journal in here is the checklist. We grade it. You determine your sizing. And you wait for your order flow events to give you that edge to execute and manage your trade. All right, so let's go through the disclosures and we'll jump in. General disclosure, all Bookmap limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure, trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, so let's jump in here and open it up, and let's see. What coaches do we have in here today? Okay, so let's see. We got DNT and Shark and John. I'm going to invite you all up to this stage, and there you go. And Laura, you're invited as well. I know you prefer the chat, so that's fine. Anyway. We're going to go through, and you guys are part of the pilot program, so you'll have a lot to say about the some of these setups in here. All right, so let's jump over and who is in here right now who can cover? Hold on just a minute. Take a look at the spreadsheet. Okay. Who's in here right now? Okay. Boy, maybe start with DNT. Yeah, why don't we do that? So I got one from Moby. On a minute, let me bring up his spreadsheet or his. Yeah, here we go. And we'll bring that over. There we go. And D&T, you're already up on stage, so let's go. All right. So first off, D&T, you've been doing some great work, and the trendline break accumulation setup, you've really engaged in it, and also your markups are really nice, clean, and clear. I just need to mention that because you do a really nice job with it, and um, anyway, why don't you start off and walk us through? This is from the 30th, and you know, what did you see? How did you trade it? What are you looking for? Go through the process here.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Having a little bit of a mic issue just now. uh all right. So let's take a look. So I've been working on the pilot program and the setup, the trendline break accumulation setup. And looks like Moby I don't know what feedback he left, but I'd be interested to see. But this one here, 9:30. Oh, okay, so 9:30. So this was just a couple days ago. So this was Tuesday, I believe. Um, and if you all traded on Tuesday, what was happening is the market was kind of pushing down, and it broke the previous day low, I believe. And I think you were on the you were streaming, Bruce, during this time here.
So
And
yeah, I mean, this might be one that you took during the stream, and then later I supplied you guys with another replay file, but that was much later in the day.
that's right. So this one took place like in RTH1, I think, and then the one you posted. So this was like one. This is the one that I was looking at earlier, like in before the London close, I think. And then Bruce, you posted the replay file for the one that took place later in the session,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like yeah, okay. Yeah, so this was just a small um this was just basically kind of like a base hit here. I was expecting the squeeze to happen here to the upside in RTH1, but it really didn't happen. The market came back and just stopped me out here, and actually I think struggled here near previous day's low a bit, but was it rejected it. It just broke that previous day's low, was kind of trying to push down and trying to push down, and after this trade here, and it just couldn't do it. And then it just basically rejected it and short, and then squeezed all the shorts out into the end of the day, it looks like. But this one here was RTH1. I just basically saw the order flow event, the sweep into this liquidity here, and key level. and I basically just took the trade, and I'd say it was pretty aggressive. Let me see what notes I took at the top. Yeah, so I basically didn't take my take profit. My original take profit was right where it was, right where the market kind of went up to on that rotation there, and I moved it and just basically trailed, and then got stopped out because I was expecting it to go a little bit higher.
Okay, so let me see if I understand here. So here's your entry here, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So this is the kind of detail in the square. God, nice documentation, really. Okay, you hit the single here, and you took your profit, which I can see here, right? And then you're looking for getting a little bit more out of it. Now, it looks like you exited here, and then you're out of the trade, right? Is that right?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. There's a third lot. So that's you
Ah,
see,
here it is over here. I see.
yeah, so that's my trail stop getting
Uh,
hit right there. That's
Okay.
right. Okay.
Okay.
So I put on the 3 lot, basically all in, and scale out, and I'm basically in the money at this point. So even if the market does a full rotation against me and stops me out, I'll still make money on the trade. So I basically, when the market starts pushing out and moving out of the previous structures, I start to trail it a little bit more, and I'm also moving my take profit a little bit higher as well because I was expecting that short squeeze. But yeah, I start to trail about, what is it? Maybe like 3 structures behind, roughly, of where the price is like moving higher and higher,
Mm-hmm.
and and then it finally does come back on me. But if I noticed I didn't move the trail stop for quite a while though, until it like started to actually break out of the higher time frame trend from the morning. So if you see the cyan line that's kind of going down horizontally, yeah. So that's a little bit of a higher trend down that's being broken there. And that's when I start to move it up a little bit more because I was expecting that to move to push out. But if it's not going to push out and fail back over, then I'll at least have captured some of that move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay. Let's see. Um, Sounds good. I would just open it up, and Shark and John, any comments or questions or feedback? John, why don't you start off? Ooh, can't hear you.
And
Okay.
Moby posted another one in the final hour too, you said? Or I
Okay.
think I saw.
It looks like it. Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't remember it, so I'll just
Okay.
check the
So
Discord.
your trailing stop, is that 2 contracts there that you're trailing? Is that the remaining 2? After you get long and you take the first one off, is there another one in there that you exit, or are you holding 2?
There's three.
Just
So you got
so it's
3, you got long
One,
3 contracts.
one,
There's
two.
one. Where's the second one? Oh, the second one. Okay, I got you. Okay. All right.
there
Okay.
we go.
Um, Yeah, as far as the stop is concerned, it looks like you're leaving a lot of exposure. I would think that you could move that stop up right behind your green trend line. Leaving that out there leaves you a lot of exposure until you moved it. And then once that green line breaks, I mean, you're pretty close to your target. Could have been managed a little bit closer, I think, but good in general. I think that's fine. Yeah. I just because of that because of that liquidity still exists down below your entry, I would be concerned about the market turning on you and leaving that much exposure with your stop. So down further where the liquidity is, Bruce, under the entry, way down more, down more. Yeah, right there. That's there's the potential there that market could turn that way. And if it did dip, that's where I would expect it to go. So that would be um, my only question about, because that liquidity is down there, I would want to ride with a closer stop.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying, Bruce?
Yeah,
Absolutely. In fact, I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
But DNT, we can talk more about that. Like, let's, because it's bigger picture stuff that's not here on the chart. And, so I just, continue on with John and Shark, and you guys have any more comments on it?
Yeah, but you're pretty close to your target up there. I'd be anxious to take that off once you start to see those lower highs. Take your money. But I think very good in general. Yes.
yeah, it is a tough one because that was the direction of the trend,
Hmm.
the higher time frame trend, and
Hmm.
I didn't want to choke the trade if it kept running.
Hmm.
Um,
But
because and the
as it was making that double top in there, just below where the white trend line comes in, you're starting to build some liquidity in there. Just at the lower of the range, over, yeah, right in there, Bruce. Moving it over to yeah, right in there. You're starting to build a little liquidity in there. So that should have been an indicator with the double top up there that you might have trouble reaching your target. And like I said, you've got money. Take it. I'm uh, I'm always a little quick to take it. Take the money. That's why I'm here. Right? Yeah.
um, yeah, yeah. I totally I'm with you on that, John. Like, I mean, I view it a little differently. Like, this structure broke, okay, on the higher
Yep.
time frame, and then
Yep.
you've got all sorts of liquidity getting filled up here. Like,
Yep. Yep.
and you got a great move. So,
Yep.
how much more can this run? I don't know. I mean, it's already gone above even. Oh, let me draw this up a little bit better. Here's the swing here of structure, as
Hmm.
well as your trend line structure, right?
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and it's trading into this liquidity.
Hmm.
Uh, we would anticipate a pullback. And, you know, look, you did great. You let
Did
this
great.
thing
Yeah.
run.
Yep.
The only thing that I'm mentioning here, DNT, is that take a look at this, go back in replay mode, and then how would you trade this differently? Because what you can do here, this is an opportunity to start to look at putting criteria together of like, wow, okay, it for those reasons that we just talked about, or like John is saying, it's making lower highs, lower lows. You want to trail behind after this, like, and you see this move back up, trail it here, you know. I don't know. Or do you want to, after it broke that trend line here, do you want to start trailing it? And uh, I know you're trying to hold for a bigger move and a bigger runner. Uh, it it I think this is a nuance in here, and it's an opportunity to dive in deeper, DNT, to find something that works good for you, for exiting.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. The trend line up and the liquidity down on the bottom. There's a lot kind of going against it there, and I could trail a little bit tighter. I do that too in replays and stuff like that, and they both work. And sometimes you get stopped out, and then it keeps going. But yeah, I know it's a good point. I usually give it a little bit of room, but no, I get what you're saying. It's a matter of are you going to capture that MFE, or are you going to um be okay with giving some of that up if you're in the trend, if you're in the higher time frame trend, and you might yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's a good point. um and I kept all that in context. I was anticipating this thing to squeeze, and it did, but it didn't squeeze in my trade. It just
Mhm. 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 Mhm.
squeezed, later in the day.
Mm-hmm. Shark.
And I mean, if you choke your trade, then you wouldn't have captured all that,
That
what it did do in the end of the day.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
I took that same trade with you. Looks like we got in right around the same level. I got in on that next pullback after you, and hit it kind of I hit it kind of aggressively, and tried to hold a runner and got stopped out in that same spot as you.
Oh wow.
And I replayed it a couple times as well to try and figure out, okay, how do I stay in for that massive trend, and still, still make some money on it, not put myself at risk, and try and stay in for that big trend. That was the goal of my replays. Good
Yeah.
trade.
Yeah,
That
and
was
it's just something that you kind of have to decide on your own, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something I think that you've been talking about for a long time, Shark, where how are you gonna, and I think I saw it in your replay comment. You said, I want to see one of these days I see myself capturing that big trend and adding to it.
the whole ride up. I want to smash it the whole ride up. One of these days.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, good for you, Shark, for waiting for the pullback. That shows great discipline and poise. That was the trade. That was actually the trade, because you would know pretty quickly if that's going to fail or not. So with less risk, good positioning, that's very good. I'd love to see that trade. I have to hunt through. Did you post that into the academy?
I posted a replay of it.
Okay, I'm going to look at that. Yeah, that's outstanding. Good for you. Really good.
Yeah, in fact, Trading is Life, welcome. We'll invite you up to the stage here too, because this is your setup, for that pullback that you look for, and good stuff there. So I don't know if you have it, Shark. I'm sorry if you were not finished yet.
No, I'm good. I think it's we're all looking at the same thing. I think the pilot program, has us all looking for the same thing. So it's pretty cool to see someone else hit the same price action.
Yeah, yeah.
And I replay all my live trades. I try to anyways, time allowing, and try and come at it from several different angles with the intent of improving my execution.
Yeah, that's excellent, Shark. Just excellent. Yeah, I mean,
Why not
you're
post?
going to be a killer.
Why not post? Why not post the real trade though, Shark? I'm just curious.
That was not through Bookmap. I'm trading through a group of Project X accounts, copy trading them.
Nice.
So I trade those on the price ladder. I'm on Bookmap. I'm watching Bookmap. I'm trading. Bookmap is my thing, but I got a couple different domes up. I've got Trade08 up. I got Project X up, and just a stack of accounts.
Yeah, I just wanted to go back in here and comment on, because this was actually during the live webinar, like you said, DNT, and I held off, and I was trying to be more responsible, and saying, look, this is the setup is there, it's okay. I did not see enough of the accumulation on the passive side, and therefore, I was like, I'm gonna pass. It's not a a 9 or a 10 in here, and for that reason, I thought, well, let's let it go. It'll probably work out. I'm expecting it to work out. Maybe it will take a little longer to work out, but anyway, that was my kind of take on it, and it leads into a bigger discussion here about this worked out. All the criteria wasn't the greatest in my book, and but you can, depending on how you want to take this, in that this is discretionary. And this will be based on your experience from the replay files. And what you're anticipating in there, because like you can take it, but maybe you get out real quick, or maybe you wait for a bit more chop. In this case, you know, it's pretty typical. Like if you don't see massive liquidity getting filled on the bid, you will probably get a pullback. You might even get like a double bottom. Maybe even kind of another, basically, here, let me draw this better. So you might get this double bottom and then this, and then that move, if you know what I mean. That makes sense? So that would be kind of a double bottom with a shoulder, basically. And maybe it takes longer to unfold. So these are the nuances in the setup, and we don't know. However, when we get a good one and you get all that liquidity filled, which we did get later in the day, usually these things just take off. And that's what we're looking for. And you guys know what I mean. When you see a good setup and you have the experience and you have the kind of a gut feel for it too. And when you know that and it looks great, you know, we're going to talk more about that in the near future. Once you start to make some thresholds, we can talk more about scaling at that point, because then you're going to have really big winners. And then trades like this will be winners. Maybe they won't be, you know, really big, but, you know, or maybe there'll be small losses. It'll be kind of a hit and miss, you know, something like that. That makes sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, anyway, yeah, that's a new, well, we haven't talked about it too much, but this is a direction we'll be going, because you guys are, the edge that you're building in the program is through experience of looking for this criteria, and you get a good feel for it. When you get a good feel for it, you know how this works. You've seen it now multiple times. You've traded it multiple times. And then you'll be looking for good setups where, you know, and you know, it's going to work. And you can put more size on. And this happens later, but is something to we'll be looking for in the future, because otherwise, like, you just be making a little bit of money here and there. So actually, Laura and I were discussing some of this a little bit earlier today. Yeah, good stuff here. Go ahead.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Everything you just said. Because I was looking at my journal, and you know, for a while it's just going up, down, up, down, up, down, and then I get a runner, right, and then I capture a huge amount, and then it goes up, and then for a little while again it goes up, down, up, down, up, down, and then I catch another one, and then it goes up, you know. So it is very nuanced, and it requires like a mastery approach to it, and I completely agree with you. I have a an account that I'm using in Bookmap. So I'm using like what is it called? Like a funded account. And so every trade I take in that account, I actually take this trade. So and I don't really change it or anything like that. So I'm just sticking to this trade. So basically, when I'm going through and I'm looking at all my executions, every trade I take is this trade. So on this account, so I can lie, I can manipulate my journal all I want, but if this account isn't growing, or if it just keeps going down or something like that, then that's actually what's telling me, like, what am I doing wrong? Like, how many executions am I making? Because I make, you know, a bunch of executions, but some of them are actually really only work out. So I need to really go and focus on look
thing
back
is,
and actually focus
on
on
the
my
homepage,
execution
Hey,
and hone in that execution a little bit better.
it's forward 20.
Trading is life. If you can mute, we can hear you. Thank you. And yeah, I know it sounds kind of scary, sounds kind of dangerous, but like this is where we will go. But as you can see, like a DNT, we're still like we're getting there. Like you should at that point your trailing stop, you'll know exactly how to do it. How are you going to trail it? You're going to have criteria, and it's not going to be random. And you know, once that is down and that experience is gained, then there's a lot less risk when scaling. So that's where you know, Bogdan talked about this, where we go from you know, the minimum or viable trader, which he calls like, you know, like out of a scale of 10, you're basically a 3. You're maybe mildly profitable. You know how to trade, you know how to manage risk, and it's very hard, he says, like, you know, to get to that stage. Once you get there, though, going from 3 to 10 is a lot easier, which is funny, but because usually it's the opposite. But anyway, getting over those hurdles in the beginning is critical. So anyway, that's what we're
Makes
working
sense.
out. We're
Okay.
working out in this pilot program.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's my spiel on it, guys. I don't know if Shark or John, Trading's Life. If you have any comments, haven't heard from you yet on the pullback.
Quick questions for Xavier. Oh, go ahead.
Well, yeah, this is the same trade. I remember this trade very well too. This is the same trade that I took during the live market as well when you was on
In the webinar.
when you was on the webinar, Bruce. I waited for the pullback. I know the passive accumulation wasn't all there, but the reason why I took it after the pullback, look at the liquidity that was right under it. I figured that was like right there exactly. I used that as that's gonna be my support. That and then they showed the exhaustion there, so that's why I got in the trade,
Yeah.
and it worked. Like you said, it ended up working out pretty well.
Yeah.
But that was my reason for getting in. That's when I said it was like a B minus, because the passive wasn't there. But if I didn't see that liquidity at the bottom, which I know was really support,
Yeah.
and that gave me the confirmation to get in.
Yeah. 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 Great stuff. Great stuff, guys.
Very
Really,
good. Black
really,
patience.
all three of you. Great job. So yeah, we're off to the races. So anyway, I think you got some pretty good feedback, DNT. So the entry, pretty aggressive here, but the criteria is there. There's a structure. I'm seeing it though, like, you know, there is a structure here, and it broke. It's a little early, I think. Let me see, because this volume had not really picked up yet. So yeah, the pullback, I think, is the trade, because this is definitely, look at the low volume there, right? So that's definitely a low volume pullback, and as Trading's Life mentioned, the exhaustion in here. So now you're just waiting for a little bit more volume in this area here, and then it should work out. So this is your style. You're looking to get in pretty aggressive, and it did break some structure. I don't see a lot of volume yet. Hadn't made the turnaround yet. But
Yeah, I was just activating on that order flow event, but I do like the pullback. Yep. That's
Yeah.
a good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that pullback. The pullback that will keep like that entering that aggressive style can get you messed up too. So
Yeah.
something I'd probably actually need to focus more on myself. So thank you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Great stuff. Okay, let's see. There was another one in here. I don't know if we quickly go over it. Just if there's any comments on here. I see this looks like real nice liquidity getting filled up here on the way up. So I don't know if you have any comments there, DNT. Looks
Same
like
thing. It's pretty aggressive again.
yeah. Where did you get in? Was it in here or
Right there, right there. Yeah.
right in here?
Yes, right there where your mouse is.
Okay.
Right there. Yeah, you can see where the lines start to trail and stuff, like the green lines.
Right here.
Yeah, that's where the entry is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it pretty aggressive again, and easily could have went against me. This was the first half of the final hour. So usually I find like if it's in the first half of the final hour, it works out a little bit better. It's kind of like a mock pullback.
Mm.
If it's a little bit later than that, then it's getting a little riskier and you're getting too close to the mock, I think. And then you could easily get pretty wrecked if you're holding into the mock without getting risk neutral. And I try to stay away from that. But yeah, this one again was pretty aggressive. And pretty much all I got.
Okay.
No, I would say that short right there is a no. And the reason for that is that you're seeing the liquidity above, which is why you put your stop over it. Right. So that's very realistic. Higher highs, higher lows moving up. So I would, the only thing you have there is a trend line break, and that's not really what we're doing. So I would say that's certainly it's aggressive, but I would call it a no because of that liquidity. It's been in the market. It's holding there, and frankly, I'm surprised it didn't go up there and catch it. And like I said, you identified that because you put your stop over it, which I think is a lot of risk, considering that liquidity is up there. So
Yeah, well, you're not surprised because you know what happened, right? You know it got it.
no,
You know it
I
got that
don't know.
liquidity.
No, I don't know what happened. I'm just going based on what I see on this chart that it's realistic for it to go up there. And like I said, you identified it. You put your stop over it, so you saw it. So that's why I don't mean to be negative. I just mean that you're really risking a lot of money there.
Yeah, it's just a bracket order.
Okay.
What
You know
time
what I'm
was
saying,
that?
Bruce?
I think like 15:15 Eastern.
Okay. I agree with you. I like to stay away from the market on close as well.
So again, like I think with the aggressiveness here, there's a couple things in here. I mean, I don't know. I really like seeing all of this. This is good. I would like to see it trade up there. That would be fantastic.
Yes.
And then there's a couple of things, DNT, and it's just again like it's not negative at all here, but like just the trend line that you drew from it's hard to see where you originally drew it, but it broke, right? It broke a few different times, and so then you're kind of redrawing it here. I get that. I mean, basically that's what you're trading off of. Not the broken one. I mean, this broke here, so it's not really good anymore. But if you're looking at shorter, especially after high liquidity getting filled, like these are nuances after the high liquidity getting filled. Like, then I think where I want to go with the comment is, do you see that transition happen yet? And like it's starting to show something kind of interesting here, and you marked it up.
Yeah.
So you're looking for something, and then it hits here, and you get a sharp move right down to where it broke out from here. You wouldn't have found that in time. That would have just happened really quickly, I think.
Right.
Anyway, I think like Shark is the one to ask here, because like he was always super aggressive, always early, and it seemed to me, Shark, I'll let you speak for yourself, but you burned through and overcame the getting into early because you replayed it over and over again. You go, oh, I can now, I understand, I can wait. So maybe that's
Yeah, I mean,
helpful.
I was always jumping in based on a technical signal rather than order flow. And a lot of the time the trade had failed, but more often than not it would play out, but I was still getting in way too early and just wearing myself out mentally, sitting in that kill zone waiting for the trade to actually start to play out. And I definitely 100% am solving that. It's not solved. I don't know that it ever will, but I'm definitely solving that just by leaning into replay and just running execution drills. Back to DNT's question, why don't you post the live trade? I replay all my live trades for that specific purpose, to drill my execution, and then I typically select the one that I'm going to learn the most from. A lot of them I don't even make it to the end of the trade. I just click back on the clock and start it over again. But I'm just running drills. It's Kobe style in his high school basketball stadium. In the middle of the night, I just want to improve my execution. I have a pretty decent read of the market. It's Bookmap gives us that. My execution is where I am extremely flawed, and the replay really does help with that.
Yeah, that's excellent. I mean, let's throw that one into the mix. So in the morning, DNT, you've got um, uh, a great habit of loading replay files, replaying either yesterday's or previous activity, and trading it, and putting it into the journal, learning from it, and now you've kind of in shape for the market. And then Shark, this is great. Like you trade it during the day, and then at the end of the day you retrade it in replay mode, and get a feel for it again. That both of those things, I think, along with just continuing to restudy and look at the nuances in here, is going to make massive differences in your trading. I can only think that it will. Yeah, great habit there, Shark.
Yeah, great drills. That's awesome.
Let's see. Anyone else on this one?
Nope.
No? Okay. Let's see what else we got here. I don't know. Is Florian in here? Because we also got one or a few from Florian. See him. Okay. If he comes back in, maybe we can go over his. And let's go over Vinny's, and we'll jump in here. Okay, and Mark. And is Mark in here? Do not see him. And it's just Mark, it looks like. Yeah. No, this looks like Shark here. That's Shark.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. All right, Shark, take it away. Let's see.
09,
Do you remember
25,
this?
Thursday. Yes, I do. So that this day we had these massive blocks of liquidity, and it's interesting to see buyers and sellers do get out at those levels. You see this one here, that entire orange block up there on the left gets consumed. Aggressors still just keep hammering away, drive it down. Yeah, right there. Aggressors still just keep pushing. Let me close this door real quick. The doggos are getting crazy. Yeah, sellers hit that hard. You see my two orders there, Bruce. I don't do this often, but I set an order above and an order below to get in there. So that order above, if you go right above there, you'll see the little order that gets canceled. Yeah, that's sitting above what I call the minor rally high. And then I just set an order down there below my preferred entry, which I got. As soon as that fills, I cancel that order above, set my stop right below there. Those were some strong sellers. So if I was going to get stopped out, I'm going to get stopped out right away. And yeah, the aggressors came in hard, broke the higher time frame trend line, and I just chased it up.
Nice. Look at that.
That was a single in, single out. I did not get my target at the trend line pivot high. Like a Tom B, leave 2 for the sweeper right below the trend line pivot high. Up at number 5.
Oh, up here.
So
okay.
I did not get my target there, but I had a tight trail on it. You know, I just when it rolls over, I'm out.
Yeah.
And that could have happened any point along that move where that little consolidation broke.
Yeah.
I get to a point, Bruce, where I'm just ready to be out of the trade. If it's going to roll over, I don't want to give back. So I'll just start trailing it tight.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of reasons to get out up here. And I think it's all good, Shark. I mean, I like the really aggressive trail. In this example, it looks just beautiful. I mean, you've got a pivot swing up here, right? You've got tons of liquidity that got filled in here, also here. Now, okay, they're pushing underneath, and like you see that this imbalance, and then you see the aggressors come in, but they charge up into liquidity here, and you're up at your target, you know? So couple that with, look at all that aggression in here. And it kind of exhausts out at the top there, it looks like. So for all sorts of reasons, I think it's really, really great exit.
Matt took this trade as well.
Oh, nice. Okay. Well, we'll have to
yeah, so it's that we're all looking at the same thing, Bruce.
This is fantastic. Turning into a trading team. So let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to see the bigger picture, but I see the aggressive trend line, and you trade it back up, and so it was one in, one out. Did you think about? I mean, you're the point, Shark. I think, are you taking some off now and letting runners run, or hitting singles, or
no, I typically enter with a 2 or a 3 lot, and then peel some off along the way to my target, and then try and chase price into up to like right there, or preferably through, and then I can keep that runner at my target. But this one right here, I was doing something, I was trying something different. I kind of bracketed current price with that a limit buy and a stop limit buy, and one of them was going to get hit, so I just left that at a single in and out.
Yeah, great. I love the this kind of straddling here too, and you got what you wanted out of it. So you were really kind of watching, waiting, hunting it, and it's like, okay, I'm going to either get in on this one or this one. if those aggressors really come in hand over fist after this big huge sell-off, then I'm in up here. Else you're looking for the pullback, which you got perfectly, and then took it back up. Yeah, I don't have any comments really, Shark, except consider and I'm going to address this actually and say why maybe consider the single up here. This is because, like I just put in the chat there about are you guys trading prop services like Apex or Top Step, and the majority, well, 11 out of the 17 are saying yes. So the majority are. So take the single, look for the next single, take the momentum trade, and then look for the next one, because you don't want this to come back against you and start creating that drawdown for you. Just a thought there for. Yeah, I almost kind of shudder to mention that, just because like the trade management is getting screwy just because of that condition for trading prop services, which is not really cool. But anyway, it's a consideration. Guys, I don't know. John, Trading His Life, DNT. Why don't we start with you, John?
Okay. Well, Shark, 5 minutes ago, you were talking about your execution. And look at this. This is beautiful. Look at your stop management. That was perfect, because that is aggressive where you got in. You had negative volume come in, selling pressure come in, but the market didn't respond. And so you saw that and you got long. You got your stop right there because you knew you were being aggressive there. Probably the more conservative entry would have been, as Bruce mentioned, or at 11:13, where it actually broke the trend line on high volume. But where you did was wonderful. Your stop management is outstanding. I thought it was very well done. So I'm not sure what you were getting at a few minutes ago when you said you had to work on your execution, because this demonstrates your execution is intact.
Well, working on it.
We're trading in difficult markets. I mean, I've been doing this for decades. This is about as aggressive markets as anything I've ever seen. So I just consider the context that, there are times when, especially during this time of the day, I mean, this market is just thrashing around, and we have the benefit of hindsight and calm to sit here and discuss, each minute by minute. But my goodness, all things considered, this is an outstanding execution. Yes, sir.
That stop where it's initially placed, John, below the number one, where the number
Yeah.
2 arrow is.
Yeah.
You had taken one of my charts recently and you drew on it, and you showed me that it was the opposite version, right? It was a short, not a long, but you drew on it and you showed me that pullback at some liquidity.
Mhm.
So that's what I've been practicing is
Good deal.
getting that little pullback, and
Mhm.
once price breaks
Mhm.
past that, putting that stop right on the other side of the entry. So thank you for that.
Good for you. I'm delighted to hear that.
Yeah, great stuff, Shark. DNT or Trading His Life?
No comment.
DNT?
It's actually posted a link in the chat. I put a Notion file together of the 20 September 25th trades right there. And it looks like
Everyone's looking at the same thing. It's awesome.
It's like Matt grabbed it here.
yeah, so Matt's was live. This was like his oh yeah, I remember this one. I think he got juked out of the trade right there, so he entered and then trailed tight, and then I think he flattened out, and then it moved, and that happens. I mean, it's a good start. I mean, recognizing the trade is half the battle. and then this thing continued way higher. But that's recognizing it's a big part of it.
Yeah, I mean, Matt, I think you did a great job. I mean, like, you know, so
Yeah,
in fact,
I think so too.
let's invite Matt up. Thanks, DNT, for putting this together. I mean, look, you're following the plan, right? And you know the nuances are going to come, but identifying these things and looking for them, and that's the key here. You know, don't worry about like getting if you did get juked out of it or whatever, and like I think it ended up coming up to here, right? Is what where Shark I think took some profit. But you know, we don't know. But you know, you documented this correctly. This is a huge step. Keep going and keep pushing, because like this step will turn into other nuances where you'll look for it, you know, down here on this minor trend line. And you see the aggressor, because you already mentioned it. Here are the aggressors right here, right? So here you've got your key level. You've got a heck of a lot of liquidity. If you zoom in here, you're going to see it better, like sharks. And then you've got a minor structure break, and you see the aggressors coming in. You know, look to take some maybe off at the bigger trend line, or you know, hit that single. And then you know, hold for the move on up to see if you can you know, can get the continuation move, which is looks like is going to pan out beautifully. Anyway, just some thoughts there, and really well done, Mark. Matt, sorry.
Yep. Yes.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah. I after that point, the big takeaway I think from this day for me was after Laura and Shark kind of pointed out that I wasn't drawing my trend lines correctly, which is crazy at this point. Like that with how long I've been, and I'm throwing up air quotes, trading, because this actually feels like I'm learning how to trade being in this community. But I was not, like, I would draw trend lines and just follow whatever, you know, in this case, the highs. But if they didn't make lower lows, I didn't know that. And then I read through all that stuff that Shark put together, and Laura, like I said, mentioned it. And so anyways, yeah, my takeaway on this day was that my trend lines, I felt like were good. I think I need to be a little bit more patient. One of the things about being as zoomed in with this that I'm finding is that I feel like I'm jumping a bit. My intuition's like, I don't like this, the way this is playing out. And in some cases that works out for me. I feel like my stop losses are when I close out trades. I have pretty good gauge on that, but it doesn't allow it to play. And in this case, that seems to, you know, it feels like what happened. But playing that, I forget what Shark calls that gap in between. He had mentioned a term on that. Like if you're playing that first trend break in between the bigger trend. But I think I would have preferred that, but maybe I was just thinking the aggressive accumulation didn't feel as strong for me. Is what I think there. But I've played a trade since then, which is playing this gap kind of like this, and it played out really well. So yeah, I'm just trying to learn.
Yeah, well, these are really big steps, and you know, it may not seem like much, but like I said, I think it's fantastic. That you'll making steps like this. The next step will be so much better, and the next one after that, and then pretty soon, you know, you'll be trading like Shark and DNT, and trading his life.
And the honesty here is great too. Yep.
Can I say one more thing that actually I'm pretty proud about is that I'm not chasing and jumping in once a trade has kind of played out. because
There you
that
go.
was not the way I traded before. And so I'm like, okay, that's fine. Another trade's going to come along and we're going to wait for our checklist to get hit. And I've been disciplined with that. And that's, to me, I try and take away that, stuff like that is, okay, that's a big win, man. Because you're not trying to, because this thing did run after that quite a bit. And I'm, just not trying to chase it, because I'm like, that's not a trend line break accumulation once we get to a certain point, I don't think. Yeah. So that's a continuation. Let's say when we get up to like the 9, before it starts to take off there at the end,
Yeah.
that would not, we wouldn't consider that a pullback, right? Right there. Yeah. Before it takes off. Like, that's a continuation. Am I correct with that?
This is your flag pattern. Yeah. And
Yeah.
you can see the lower volume in here. You properly, I mean, you're seeing it, you're putting in pieces together. Here's the impulse. Here's the low volume, pull back kind of thing. And then here's the second impulse starting to unfold.
Would that qualify as the low volume pullback, Bruce?
I don't know. I mean, the low volume pullback is more of, I think, just in my book, it's like kind of a one and done. Like if it pulled back like this here, like one move back. But yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit. Yeah, it's still low volume. It's still a pullback. Yeah, sure, it works. It's a little more complex. In my opinion. But this is where you guys might get a little jumbled on the trend line break here, because the criteria is going to be different. You're going to get exhaustion most likely in these areas. You will not see liquidity underneath it. You may. I mean, you can see it here, but then it was pulled, and then you're just not getting many sellers, and you just kind of wait and wait. Look for kind of a key level on a lower time frame, something somewhere, and maybe spike through, get a stop run, and then see those aggressors start to come in. And I mean, this is a beauty, because look at this volume compared to this volume, right? This wants to go, and I mean, it's looking pretty good. So we'll talk more about that later, but this would not be your trend line break and then a move back down this way, right? If that makes sense. So this is more like these guys here, these guys here. So there's your flag. But it just means that in the flag pattern, I just mean to say, like, all of this in here, it's just chopping around. It's maybe some profit taking, maybe some selling, but there's not big selling. There's no interest, and that's when, like, at a certain point, like, you do find that interest. It's on the buy side, and it's moved one, kind of takes a break, and it moves again. Kind of takes a break, moves again. Maybe it takes a break and maybe pulls back a little bit more, and then you get another one. And maybe it breaks out a little bit less. You get the idea. So anyway, I'm sorry, guys, a lot there. Let me open it up. John, any comments here on?
No additional comments. No, I think you covered it for me. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, really great to see.
And I love the takeaway that he mentioned, that he's not chasing. That's huge. That's a huge turning point.
I just want, sorry, John. I just wanted to follow up on that, because me and DNT was talking about that the other day. Knowing the elements and not jumping into trashy trades just to jump into trades, understanding that, hey, this didn't fit my criteria. It's going to be another one coming. That will help a lot. Keep you from over trading, keep you from blowing your account. That's a huge takeaway.
Yes, sir. I agree. Very good.
Yeah, great stuff, guys. Yeah, Matt, you're putting in the work. You're on your way. I mean, it's working. So don't worry about this stuff. In fact, hit replay mode again. I know this is live here, so go hit replay mode. retrade it, retrade it, retrade it, retrade it, and then this won't happen, or it'll be less so. And then when you see it in the live market, you'll kind of start to, build it out. Like I'm kind of anticipating, maybe this, and if there is big volume and it rolls over, and it starts trading down, okay, learn from that one too. But you're looking for these aggressors in here, and or maybe you'll start to look for, because this is really your key level down here. Your key level is not really up here, but this is a real aggressive trend line. It's kind of a weird structure, to be honest. Anyway, I don't know, D&T or Shark, do you guys have any other things?
No, I'm good. Me and Matt talked about this when he took it live.
Excellent. Okay. Let's see. We got Laura's here, D&T's, Sharks. Okay, and this is all the same trade, D&T. Is that right?
Yeah, it's all the same trade. Laura and I forward tested it. Shark replayed it, and that's the one I think you just covered there.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else traded it or not, but
okay. Why don't we, like, if you guys don't mind, we'll just jump into Laura's here, since she's got it up as well.
and she actually has a zoomed in image as well for the ES too.
Yeah, she's off of the NQ. So yeah, and it's interesting, like a different perspective, just by the way she's marking it up and looking at it here. So let's see. As you had mentioned, Shark, like just massive liquidity, these big swings, and so here's the key level, right? And then you want to look at the next one. So let's go down, and then here you go, Laura, and yep, lots of liquidity getting filled on the bid, on the way down, at the key level. And then you've got your more aggressive trend line here zoomed in, and just like Matt, you had identified the aggressors starting to come in, and wow, you did get in very aggressively here. That's your NQ training right there, Laura. I bet. So hey, but you got it, you nabbed it, and then trailed this up very, very aggressively as well. So yeah, looking for maybe the single up here. I don't know, guys. I'll just open this up, and John, if you want to start.
Sure. I love the entry. Market made its way down. It filled that last little bit of liquidity down there, which was pretty dense. And then below that, there's not much else that would invite further downside, kind of like what we were talking about with DNT before, how we had liquidity still in the market. We didn't have any liquidity local below where it made that low, nothing down there. And she went off the volume that came into the market. So it was a great reversal. She traded it with a real close stop. Didn't break the trend line, but very well executed, and I think she was right on the money with getting long there for those reasons. The liquidity filled, wiped out all the liquidity that was there right there. There wasn't any new more liquidity below the market. God, I can't speak. And then it made the nice reversal. And then you started to see some liquidity come into the market above, giving her some targets. Outstanding.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Yeah, up there. See, that new liquidity came in right at the pivot low.
Yep.
And that's a great indicator. Yes.
66.40, right?
Yeah. So
wait,
you almost have the shift in liquidity right at that juncture.
Yep.
And she identified it. And that's order flow. That's order flow trading right there. Outstanding. She's doing great, Bruce. It's fun to watch. You know what I mean? I mean, it's really fun to watch.
Absolutely. I mean, this actually, you're right, John. This actually looks like one of your trades. You know, like you would take something like this.
Absolutely.
You know, you'd be looking for like this to happen, nothing underneath here,
Yep.
and then aggressors, super tight stop,
Yep.
and then you'd probably, I don't know, maybe you'd take some off here, or maybe you'd try to wait for,
Absolutely.
you know,
No,
up
take
here.
that one off there since it's the local high, um, and then yeah, carry it up. Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, and you'd be
I love it.
targeting, and you'd be targeting this. Uh, well, the first thing you would look for, and it's a little different than maybe your trades because you would look for this first up here. Uh, and
I would, but I would probably buck it. You know, once we started to, I would probably take it right where she did.
yeah,
I'm right on board with what she did. Yeah, initially I would target that, but I would be moving it down once I saw that action where she got out. Absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, because you had liquidity right there at 38,
yeah,
36.
yeah,
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 30
right
right
in there.
there.
Absolutely.
Or
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
30.
And that's a good profit. Take it, put it in the bank. Next trade.
Yeah,
Just perfect.
yeah, yeah. Way to go, Laura. Really
The way to
great.
go. Outstanding. Yep.
Um, let's see, Shark.
There's a higher time frame chart that I posted on there as well. If you scroll down a little bit on the Notion file,
Okay. No, this one. Right.
little more down. Keep going down. It's under my name
Oh, this one.
since it's all the same trade. Go down one more. Sorry, right there. Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
so this is kind of like what it looks like here, and where we took that trade.
Yeah, nice.
That was like a peak below the previous lows.
Yep, yep. I mean, guys, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, like, you know, it's already starting to show something. I mean, like, you don't see the you see the volume only horizontally here, but um, you know, I'm just imagining there's got to be some, you know, some pretty big volume in this move here, and maybe some in here. It fails, but now you've got the retest back down here, and you since there's already some volume in here, you know, you look for a retest back up into maybe some of that area, unless they're going to get all stopped out and all burned out, and you know, you get a big cascading move to the downside. But like this is kind of sets up for, you know, usually for a reversal. And your guys' entries is just spot on.
Yeah,
So
it's
great.
crazy, these lows, man. These macro lows just keep getting just rejected, just bought up like crazy.
Yeah, yeah. So
I like the sound of NQ training, but man, every time I touch that thing, I get destroyed. I like the way ES moves.
yeah, yeah. I mean, you really got to be on it with that NQ. And Laura, it seems to me that's what's going on here. But anyway,
You nailed that entry. It couldn't get any tighter.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Interesting how Laura's using the color heat map. Wasn't she black and white?
Oh,
yeah,
she was.
yeah, yeah. Laura,
See, I think that's a lot to me. Just my eyes. It's a lot clearer to me versus the black and white.
yeah, I think so too. When we first came out with that colored heat map, I was like, "Whoa, this is
Yeah,
great."
yeah, 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 yeah.
Now we can see some of the details.
Yes, the
So
density.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, Laura, any comments, or let's see, trading his life? Any comments?
No, no. Laura just The entry was a little aggressive. I wouldn't dare take that entry, but it comes with her experience. She was comfortable with it, so no, any comment.
Yeah, I mean DNT. I mean trading is life. This is. I mean you can see where this is going. Like, you have a certain way uh, of looking at it and trading it. Shark, you've developed it. DNT, you're developing it. Or we're all like, it's like these nuances, and then what resonates with you type of thing. So this is, I'm really happy to see this. It's like these order flow. I'm gonna, after some conversations with some others, including Bogdan, one of the reasons why we picked this setup, very early on, was it had all these elements in it, and these I'm gonna, I think, refer back to as like order flow blocks, or elements here, that it has. We have 4 things in here that are really pertinent for all sorts of trades, and you guys are identifying these things in this one setup in here. So stick with it. Get really good at it, because once you get that, then think about it here. Like, you're going to get really good at seeing, like, okay, I'm starting to see the volume in here, picking up, right? And then I get a pullback to this area in here. Is there a lot of volume in here? No. Okay, so you'd be starting to look for that aggressor in here, maybe top of the range, or maybe exhaustion, or in this case, you do have some liquidity in here. Maybe it gets filled, and then maybe it flushes through, comes back up, does this little kind of thing like this with a little bit of buy volume in there, and those buyers really start coming in, and then you get the continuation move. I mean, there's going to be nuances in here, but once you start to understand these elements in here, like, these will be much easier to see, I think. And you've got, as you guys know, like, one of the reasons why this trade works well is because you've got all of this at your back as support.
Yeah.
And now you're just waiting for those aggressors. You can take nuances of that in here, right? It's like, okay, I got all this at my back. I got some support in here. I'm waiting for those aggressors. And where am I targeting? Now you're getting, like John, I'm looking for these areas of high liquidity. Are they starting to come in? Are they starting to show? Well, that's where I want to go.
Yep.
So great conversations, great stuff, and the nuances is great to see. I love it. So
I respect what trading is life, his point about that being aggressive, but also I think that sets up for the more conservative long, and that would be right after that volume came into the market at 4 and it broke the trend line. Right, so you have that volume come in, a break of that trend line. That would have been your secondary entry, or perhaps your more conservative entry. So while
Correct.
you follow me?
That's
Trading?
that's where I would have been looking at the getting.
Okay,
And putting my
I
stop
respect that.
right after.
Yeah, I respect that. Now, the point that I was making is that I concur with their entry because of the liquidity picture, because there wasn't any more liquidity below, and that new liquidity came in above. To me, that's a trigger. So all good. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, trading is life. This would be your entry in here, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And I respect that. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Let's see. Any other comments? DNT?
No, nothing. Just, I mean, the trade it's a tough one. It's, reversals. We're all trying to capture market imbalances, reversals, and this trade. It's a tough trade. So, like, I see, I understand. I completely sympathize or empathize with Matt. Like, I know exactly. Like, it's not easy. Just keep doing it. Keep being honest with yourself, because that's really all that matters, is us getting paid. That's why we're here from the market, and not really anything else matters. So just being honest with yourself and keep doing it. Good job, everybody. And oh yeah, one more thing on the order flow, which isn't on this one. It's on the one I posted, but you can actually see some ice activating there at the bottom as well, which helped me out a little bit with that trade.
This one here.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
And but that's pretty much all I had on this trade, and all of that liquidity getting filled was a big thing too. And then that ice activating at the bottom was really helpful as well. But no, I mean, it's really good to see everybody
Beautiful
working
job.
on this.
Beautiful job, DNT. Really. You know,
Well,
this looks just great. I mean, you identified all these things, and then like this is trading his life's entry right there. You're right along with him after seeing some of this aggressive come in, aggressive buying, and massive sell off. And you know there's a key level. We already looked at that, and you already showed that on your higher time frame. You hit your single, and then you hit your other target here, and then it looks like you still got one, so you're looking for up here.
Oh, watch. Go to the next page.
In fact, look at, you even followed along with Laura and John right there, that liquidity that came in, and then you front ran it there. So now you reduce your risk. You've got another trend line starting to break here. If this one breaks, you're looking for maybe this one.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the beauty of these trades, is we're capturing like a major imbalance at these higher time frame levels. And if you go to the next page, you'll actually see this thing went up to that macro trend line, and I think and actually broke it.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. That is huge.
Yeah. Well,
It's a huge move.
This is where it's just way oversold. You know, and I mean, it's a key level though. It's still a key level. It broke below the key level, and that's an even better thing to see, because that's where everyone's getting stopped out. So now we're looking for that structure break in the aggressors, and then you should get a rubber band out of that. Yeah.
Yeah, we keep doing this, and we can capture some serious. This is I really like really like all this, Bruce. So I appreciate everything. Yeah, hopefully we can keep it up.
Yeah, well, just I think the building. I'm gonna, as we continue on, I think in the program, just like more and more on about these building blocks, because it's going to be like your Lego set, of like, okay, well now I'm looking for something different. I'm not looking for, I already know that like it's got momentum behind it, so I don't need to, and I know that a lot of passive liquidity already got filled someplace earlier. So now I'm just looking for maybe pullbacks on low volume and aggressors. Those would be the blocks you'd be looking for, because you've already got other stuff, maybe worked out, or it's unnecessary. It's not a part of what you're looking for. So, but the building blocks in the order flow are going to be there. You just have to kind of put them together, and you guys are identifying them all. So keep doing it. You'll master your craft. Basically, that's where we're going with this. Okay. Let's see. Anything?
That V reversal, Bruce.
Uh-huh.
On the bottom of DNT's chart there, that
Here?
initiative buying straight to initiative selling.
Yeah.
that's textbook what I call a key auction reversal. So that level 24.25 is on my chart now as a higher time frame key auction reversal.
I can't read. You can read this stuff in here. I can't read anything. You're talking about this V down here, right?
I'm talking about that. Yeah, that.
Okay.
Initiative selling straight to initiative buying, just sharp V.
Yeah. Yeah, and you, I mean, I don't. You guys will. My take is on it, and you know, maybe you have your own take on it, but like it's just sold off so hard, and it's gotten filled all the way down here, and I'm sure, at least in this area here, it certainly looks like a stop run, and it squeezed kind of everybody out, and then you're going to get a harsh reaction after that, and you look for it. I mean, look at how steep this angle is here. So we're looking for a reaction at that key level, down in here wherever it is, and then looking for at least structurally at least back into some of these areas here. But you guys played it a lot better than that.
When price gets back there, I'll be watching.
I see. So you're still looking at this level then?
Yeah, that is now on my chart. Me and
Gotcha.
Laura talked about it that day it happened, and when they took that trade, that level is on my chart now as a key auction reversal. I just wanted to mention that because I often list that as my high time frame key level in the TLBA trade.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and so another study within a study for your higher time frame at least. Okay, let's see. Anything else on that? If not,
I think that's it.
okay. Let's see. Who else is in here that we can go over? Because I've got a few different charts here. I've got aesthetics and trading is life. I've got you. I've got trader HE. None of them are in here except you, trading is life. And that's another obviously pilot program. Let's see. And Vinny didn't cover. I think who was the other person Vinny covered? Got Shark, and I think it was Florian, right? No, Mark. Oh, okay. Vinny's got Mark, who's not in here, and Mark is doing really great work as well. And then we got John, and that's it. So let's see here. Let's see. Maybe I don't know. I don't care. What do you guys want to go over? You want to go over John's, or you want to go over trading his life's? I don't know who's got to go first, or Rochambeau for it or something.
Trading his life, I vote.
Okay. All right. Trading his life. Any problems? If not, we'll jump right in. Okay. All right, so this is what I got, and why don't you walk us through?
Sure. So I've been using the new strategy, the no volume pullback.
Uh-huh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm glad you kind of going because I wanted to know if I'm reading this correctly. So based on the pilot program and reading past and aggressive accumulation and what I've learned from the low volume pullback. So as you see, it was in a range. So once it broke the range, it pulled back to the liquidity. As you can see, you got pulled back and then the liquidity above. I entered long there right to the next, and I exit right at the next liquidity.
I think it's a great trade. I mean here, like, this is why I think that we go with these order flow building blocks, because this starts to make some good sense in how you've studied this now. You know what you're looking for. You understand what this means here, right? Okay, there's some high liquidity getting kind of filled along the way, and you do see some exhaustion up here. You get a pullback, but you also see this order book, kind of flip, or at least high liquidity that was here on the offer is now on the bid, supporting it up at a higher price level. There's even a structural area in here. I can just see it here, this pullback here, right? And then it comes back up. So looking for a pullback into, so here's that little structure, right? So looking for a pullback into this area looks pretty dang good to me. And look at this volume here compared to this volume here. Okay, so you're just waiting for those aggressors to come back in, and then look for your move to your targets up above. So I would look for it as well.
Exactly. So like I said, since I'm just starting this new strategy, base hit, just one, looking for the next liquidity area and getting out. So yeah, the way you explained it, that's exactly the thought process that was going through my mind with this strategy.
Yeah, no, great stuff. You'll figure out and look for nuances along the way. But structural break, there's going to be a structural break in here too. So like maybe it's that, or maybe it's this. There's the little structure right there. Maybe it's that one, and then those aggressors start to come in, right? And that's where you got in. I don't know, like, this is where the nuances will come in again. I think trading's life, this exhausted up here, and there's liquidity up there. So I think it's the right call to, I don't know if you're going to get a beautiful, flag or, impulse, pullback impulse out of it. You may, but I think taking some off here is a good idea. And that's kind of what you did here. You got a little bit more out of it. So I think it's some great decision making there.
Yeah, I just wanted to get comfortable with it, just like I'm comfortable with the trend line break accumulation strategy. Once I do this a couple of times in replay mode, and the same steps, replay, then fast forward, and I actually took this in a live market, but just got to get more comfortable and understanding where it goes, and I'll be able to see it much better and be more comfortable with it. I think this was like my first time ever taking this kind of trade.
Yeah. Well, let's throw it out there and get the coach's feedback. John, any questions or comments and feedback?
No, it's a great continuation trade of reading the liquidity and trading to it. I thought he made, yeah, like you said, I thought he made some great decisions in here, and he's trading with the volume. So he has the volume at his back. So yeah, no, I think it's really nice execution. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Shark, any since this is something you'd talked about as well, Shark, maybe you're interested.
I've actually been hunting for these, and I still need to watch the video another 20 times and go for it. But trading is life. Do you have a checklist for this one? Because that's
Sorry,
something
I had my mute on. Yeah, it's numbered. If you look at my post, you'll see my checklist I created with the
okay. So
4 elements,
okay,
like right there.
fantastic.
And yeah, I went back to looking at Bruce's video. I must have watched that
This,
video over 20 times.
yeah, this trade looks exactly like the one in the video. That's what I noticed. Good stuff, man. Thank you.
Yeah, way to go, trading is life. Way to go. I've like I said, I've kind of struggled on this and how to not turn this into like a mess over in the pilot program. Trying to keep it objective and simple, and I think I got some clarity around it now with these building blocks or liquidity or order flow blocks, and just move them around, and start to justify the trade. And we got something, I think. This is where here's your look at the low volume in here, because this is very, very typical. This tore through that area really quickly on this impulse move, and then it chopped around in here, and then it created this kind of node up in here, and now it's breaking this, and I think, yeah, it takes some off at the top of the node or the profile here, and then it might do another. You guys know what a trend day looks like in the profile, right? So this would be another. It would swoosh through that area really quickly again. That'd be a low volume area, and then it starts to kind of chop up in there, and that'd be your high volume area.
It looks like there was a liquidity vacuum there at 8:30 at where you just labeled it an impulse move.
Yeah, this in here. Is that what you mean, Shark?
Or just it looks like the liquidity completely drops off the chart a couple minutes prior.
Oh, well, this is probably data here. That's a good point. So
that was news.
That was news.
I would think.
Yeah. So so you're trading the news now, trading his life.
Or the aftermath of the news, and caught it really well.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's exactly where the news was about to release. So
Yep.
liquidity disappears.
Yep.
And that's why news can be risky, because there's no liquidity.
Exactly.
This thing can go anywhere. So
Exactly.
yeah.
But now you can see that that's another kind of thing to consider. The news was good, obviously. The market responded to it at least that way. And now you get a pullback, and now you're looking for more volume to for this thing to explore higher, because it can.
And all the liquidity is above and not below.
That's right. So really, really good stuff. I mean, really nice to see trading his life.
I have another one that I posted that didn't have news, so I guess John can go, or you can come back to it, or whatever you want to do.
Let's go for it. Is it there?
Yeah, I've got it here. Hold on a minute. Let me bring it over. Okay, I think this is what I have. I don't know if this is one you're thinking of.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
You see it went, as you see, it was in a range. It broke the range, pulled back, that one green dot, pulled back, and then right there showed the low volume, and then I got right back in and got off at the next swing.
Yeah, this is it. This is the low volume pullback. I mean, precisely. We don't know where it's going to happen, but these are things I've seen over the years. Is like this and this here. That's your high volume node, right? Within the, I mean, okay, we know it's all low volume in here, right? All of this in here. However, there's this big node here. A lot of times you'll see a retest right back into that, and then look for those aggressors to come back in again, and then take it down, take some off here, maybe look for the trend into lower liquidity levels. So now you're going with the trend. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't have too much to comment on, except this is just some nuances I've noticed. But
that's one of the things I love about Bookmap. I mean, you can see just with the volume dots, it's predominantly selling.
Exactly. I did a comparison. Look how big the red dot is compared to the green.
Yeah. That's great information.
Once I saw that, I knew it was going to continue. It was a low volume, so I was unless it started going down, and plus I had the trend in my favor.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. I mean, you can pick all that information out of a footprint chart, but I just think it's so easy and so apparent that my eyes can pick up on that immediately, and I have the information that I need. That's one of my favorite things about Bookmap. Total game changer.
Yeah, John, this actually looks like you'd be up in here. You'd wait for this to
Oh, I
happen,
would be at the top,
and then
Bruce.
you'd be right in there, you know?
I think I like what he did here. It's a safe move. So yeah, no, I right where he went, I
Yeah.
think it's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree. Trading is life. I mean, this is just beautiful stuff. Like you just you see these things, you understand these things.
hmm
Now you understand order flow, and now
hmm
you know what you're looking for.
hmm I think that.
Exactly. This is why I was saying it's so important for people to take that for new academic to take the trendline break accumulation class because you get to understand these things. So that's why. Well, no, I didn't understand these things before the pilot.
Yeah, I remember you kind of did. You understood some of the things, but you were a VWAP trader, and you were
Yeah,
just
I was.
trading off the lines, you know. Um, Very consistently trading off the lines and following your plan.
Mhm.
But now you've got these other elements in here that are telling you um, a lot more of what's moving the market.
Now I know the foundation.
Yeah,
They know the
Mhm.
foundation to be well,
yeah,
understood it, but now I really understand the foundation.
Mhm.
yeah. Great. Um, any other comments, John?
Yeah, no, he's doing great. I mean, trading his life, your pace is outstanding. Um, David and I were forever trying to get Bruce to see what you're doing here. So this is wonderful.
Uh,
Thank you.
yeah, I know you guys. Don't play yourselves down like that. David's coming in like trading like 10 contracts, and followed by another 10 contracts, and like,
Yeah, but he really is. I mean, you can see that he's trading not only with confidence, but he's getting a confirmation. He's always seeking that confirmation. And
yeah,
in this market, I think it's paramount.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely. It's good, safe principle. I love it. It's really fun to watch.
yeah. It's great. It's great stuff. Uh, let's see.
Trading is life. I like what you said about the green bubble being smaller than the red bubble and using that piece of information to say buyers aren't going to take this. I I'm going to be thinking of that when I come back looking for this trade because I was trying to find some of these and just wasn't doing it.
I mean that it's great, Shark, because like what you just mentioned, it sounds like you would be teaching that to your like 4-year-old,
Right.
Yeah, it's as plain as day now that you mention it.
Yeah. Um, and yeah, and you guys know, like you'll understand too. I think you got your CVD down, or this is maybe stops, maybe it's CVD. Yeah, no, it is. It's CVD. You know that's going to be,
CVD.
diversion. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, how can it not be? Look at all of that selling, and look at this buying in here. There it is, right there. Of course, it's going to be divergent.
Yeah.
And I'd be shocked if it wasn't.
Yeah.
So you're going with that, and good stuff. Let's see. Any other questions, guys? Open up, since this is kind of new directions in here. Shark, anything more you want to? Any questions? Any comments? Feedback?
No, I'm just absorbing this like you said as you teach it to your 4-year-old. But I went hunting for this thing and wasn't finding it. I'm gonna go back to the video. I'm gonna look at I'm gonna look at the ones that Trading is Life posted and just try and simplify my lens because that big red bubble, that one small green bubble in the middle of them, it right now after the fact, it's just like it's as apparent as could be.
Yeah, yeah,
The
No,
liquidity's below.
this is right at the open now too. So he was wise to wait and not be in it before the open, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's squished up like this. The liquidity's below.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was also looking for my, trend line accumulation. As you can see, I still got my trend line there. So now when I'm trading, I'm looking for two setups. So either it's a low volume pullback or my trend line accumulation. So my line was already there. So, the trade could go either way. So it end up going up to the trend line and going back down even further
Really, after
that day.
right in here, it went back up to the trend
Yeah.
line. No
It
kidding.
went up to the trend line, then end up going back going down even further
Hmm.
to that liquidity right there exactly,
Yeah.
and then shot up
Huh.
and then
Excellent
broke
work.
the trend line.
Excellent work hunting both of those in that same price action and identifying one of them and taking the trade.
Oh, way to go. DNT, any comments or questions for Trading's Life?
No, nothing. Just the continuation trade, a lot different than that reversal, though.
Yeah.
That might take some getting used to, but yeah, I good, very, very brave trading his life. Good job, man.
Yeah, good
I'm
stuff.
not, yeah, I'm not stepping out quite yet, but a big step there for you, man. Good job.
Let's see. Let's move on, and we'll get to John's, I think, and that is with Vinny's here. Here it is. Okay. Okay. So actually, John, this might be. Is that the same trade?
No, this is
No.
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. 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 So yeah, take it away.
Okay. Well, my trading involves marking the gamma levels. That's my framework. They are my significant levels that I trade off of, and I considered this move down to be oversold because we went below these key levels. They were key because they were huge option levels on both the SPX and the SPY. And so when the market filled liquidity down there and then reversed, broke the trend line at number 3, I wanted to see the consolidation, and I got it right at my levels. And so a breakout above that structure caused me to get long to my first target, and then up to my second target, which are identified by the liquidity in the market. So pretty straightforward trade for me. It's very similar to the accumulation trade. You see the accumulation coming down, but what marks the line in the sand for me are the gamma levels. And this is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Those gamma levels were based upon last night's values. These are open interest values, and they never change throughout the day. And there are tools in Spot Gamma that allow me to monitor that to see if there's much migration, and they held throughout the day there. So I knew they were going to be significant. And a lot of them are zero DTE on the ES and the SPX and the SPY. So there's an impetus to get long in there and be above those puts that represent those levels there at 30 and 35. And so that was the impetus for the trade. So it was a great setup because it follows the accumulation down, makes the reversal, consolidates, breaks to the upside, and I reach my levels.
Nice.
I reach my targets at liquidity.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, boy. I mean, I all that kind of reasoning there, like I don't have any questions at all. So, I mean, and after what we just had covered as well, all these other things, like elements of these things existing everywhere, like you just mentioned. Here's your this is your like you said, your kind of you get the impulse move and the break of below the structure here. This is kind of interesting because it lines right up with that gamma level.
Yeah.
And here's some structural areas right here, right? And that's where the gamma level is. It breaks that, comes back, retests it, and then now you're looking for that continuation. Take some off at the top, and then at that liquidity level, and take some off here at your liquidity level. Beautiful. So,
And like you said, you had that break to the downside to the low, and that was really fast. And lots of times in these markets, fast doesn't last. And it turned. It came up almost just as fast, and so that was an indicator to me. That's your V bottom. I don't trade off of them, but I look for them as a marker to plot a low and then build from there.
Yeah, great stuff. Guys, any questions? Turn it over to Shark. Oh, yeah.
This is exactly what I was talking about, John, when I said, that you get that entry and your stop is right below it.
Yeah, because it's kind of like what you did. It's either going to work from that point or it's not.
Yeah, and that's going to make
And if it's not going to work, then it's going to get expensive. That's how I go about this.
Yeah,
And that's why I look for that volume coming into the market, because not only do I mark my spots as far as time is concerned, but I also choose them on the basis of how much time is it going to take for me to get there, my exposure time. That's huge. A lot of these trades are just 30 seconds or so before I get to that first target. So I limit my exposure, and I limit my exposure time at risk. So once I get to that first target, I've got a winning trade, because I'll bring that stop up to break even or better on the remaining contracts. And now, I'm in a risky environment at no risk. And that's really the basis of what I try to do.
And if you get hit after that first target, you've already pulled your stop up. You're still in the money, right?
Yeah. I get paid.
That's
I
awesome.
get paid. I'm in it for the money. but yeah, that is the gist of it. Absolutely. So, yeah, that covers it.
Good line there. Fast doesn't last.
And you see it all the time, especially when you couple it with the levels, with the framework of the levels. And that just comes from, it's been a few years now that I've been using these levels. Gosh, close to 6 years, I guess. And I have history on them. I keep a database of all of them every day, and I can go back and check it. And it's definitely something that I want to pay attention to.
Nice.
Yep.
John, I do have one question here for you, because
I knew you would come up with one. I knew you couldn't get through one without picking at something. Go ahead.
No. Well, we had talked about this. This was quite a while ago, about a lot of times you were in kind of earlier, in here, and you kind of had to sit through some of these things, and then you kind of changed, and you're looking for that volume. Did you see it here, for example? Did you see it? Was it maybe this spike here that you saw, and you're like, okay, now I'm interested. Now I'm in. Yeah. Stop down here.
Yep.
Okay. Great.
Yeah, that's the volume, because that's going to allow me to reach that first target and reach it quickly. And if it doesn't, I want out. So if it pauses there or starts to pull back a little bit, I'm gone, because that's the way I think I need to approach it in these markets, because they are so erratic.
Yeah.
I mean, these are dangerous markets.
Yeah, great. I mean, trading is life. That's exactly what you were looking for as well, on that continuation that you showed after that 8:30 data. You were waiting for that volume to pick up in an area, and it did. And you're leaning on this impulse move here. And then you took your profit at the liquidity. So fantastic. And then this is great, John. I mean, I love this, because it's so painful to be in this.
It is a beating. Yes.
And you're like, oh God, is it gonna? Oh, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Oh God, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Oh, it's gonna work. It's gonna work. Oh God, and then like you're still. It's like it still looks pretty good. Just come on. And then finally it hits you on the head. Oh, why didn't I just wait for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's right.
yeah, and then it goes right to your target, pretty dang quickly. You're
Yeah.
out. You got your winning trade. You paid
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best kind of trade where it just gets there very quickly. It's almost like compressing a spring. You're looking for that spring to compress, and volume is the mechanism.
Yeah.
Volume starts to enter the market. You know you're on the right side of that spring.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's see, guys. Any questions for John? DNT?
No, I don't know. I know he said it was kind of like the trendline break and accumulation, but just a few minutes ago we covered Matt, Laura's, mine, and Sharks on this same day. So this was that same trade basically that we just been discussing. It's kind of crazy we're hitting this one till it's dead.
No. This was in the afternoon. This is This is East Coast time, and you can see
No,
it's right here. It's not the same trade.
No.
14:30 Eastern.
Yeah. Or 14:05 here. This is 14:10.
Let me check real quick. Okay.
No. The other one was during the morning.
During the morning. Yeah. No, but
Hey,
this
John,
trade,
how do you manage your risk on this trade?
um,
I didn't catch that. I'm sorry when you was explaining it. If you don't
sure.
mind repeating yourself.
Well, it's right below that structure, right? That's my initial risk. But when I enter that trade, I need to see volume continue to build. Trading is life. I mean, that stop down there is a worst case for me. I'm looking, like I just discussed, I'm looking for that spring. I'm looking for volume to come in. And then when I get in, I want to take off, or otherwise I'll just wait for the next trade. And so that's how I managed that. But the initial stop was just directly under that structure where it failed to go down.
So once you get in, if it doesn't take off, you just automatically get out, or you wait till it hits your stop loss.
No, I never wait to see. I hardly ever see my stop loss. No, sir. The precept for this trade is that volume is entering, and when that volume, if it stops and I don't hit my target, I want out.
So
Okay, so that's one of your criteria. I'm sorry, DNT. If you get in and it doesn't take off, you automatically taking
I
yourself
want to
out the
see
trade.
I want to see a continuation of that volume that got me into that trade, long or short.
And if it doesn't happen, you automatically take yourself out.
I'll take a tick. Fine. Yeah. Take a tick on the good side, the bad side, but I don't want to sit there because if it should squat right there, if it should pause, well then it's likely that we're not gonna break out of that consolidation, and that's the precept for the trade. I'm saying that we're gonna break out, and if it does, wonderful. If not, I want out.
Thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
And you're just on the flatten button, John. You just mark it out. That thing runs against you a tick or two, and bam, you're done.
Well, it's really based on volume. I mean, if it's light volume and it comes back a tick or two, that's one thing. But I really need to see it take right off. Yeah, because I'm coming in with the volume. It's almost like charging a hill with 500 guys, and all of a sudden they disappear. Okay, game over. Let me get out. And that's
Good stuff.
really what I have in mind. Yeah.
This is the same trade that we covered with Matt, Laura, myself, and Shark.
Oh, God.
Unless I'm tripping.
I mean, even if it didn't happen at
I
the
mean,
same
is
time,
it
it's
not? I
similar
don't
price
know.
action.
I mean,
It matters. It really
Yeah,
is.
exactly. Very similar price action. It looked very similar.
I mentioned it. I mean, it looked like exactly the same to me, but then John said no, it's the afternoon, so
I could be.
could be. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it
What's
was the
different for
afternoon
me
because
is,
it
they're the
different price, I think. Yeah, I think John's is a different price.
Well, let's see. I mean, here's
Hey,
yours, DNT. You're on East Coast, right?
Yeah,
I have
60.
another
Or
question.
This was 66.30, and then John's was like 66.50 or something, I think.
I can't.
Price did the
You
exact
just
same thing. That's awesome.
you got
But
too
Go
high resolution. I can't read.
go to John's real quick. Let's see.
Oh God, is it?
Yeah, the ones we took was 66.30s, and this one here was 66.30s.
64. No, this
Yeah,
is 64.
66.30. It's the
Oh, you're
same.
right.
It's the same trade, I think. Yeah, this is the same trade. Yeah, 66.30, and this is the same one that we took that Matt got
It's
stopped out on, I think.
it's cool to see it through that different lens with John's gamma levels
levels. Yeah.
and the volume. All of this stuff just overlaps. Like you always say, Bruce, you can't make this stuff up.
Yeah.
I was mentioning a lot of the those auction levels that you're talking about, Shark. They come back, and like you'll see a lot of times the option levels will coincide with them, and the options like shift to these auction levels that you're talking about a lot of times.
That's awesome.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah, it really is.
All right, guys. Well, it's 6 o'clock. We covered a handful of trades. We pretty well. I thought this was a great session. Really happy with it. Like you guys looking at these building blocks in here, understanding the order flow, putting risk parameters around it, taking the trades from your experiences in replay mode. Hitting them. There's nuances for each of you as you guys are kind of learning your way of working with it and trading it, and then little improvements here and there and feedback from each other along the way. So really fantastic stuff. This is becoming much more professional in that regard, in my opinion. So thank you guys. Thank you all. Really great session, I think.
Yep.
Yeah,
Agreed.
very fun. Very interesting that we all kind of like we beat this 925 trade right
To
here. We
death.
beat the heck out of it today. To
Yeah. Well, I mean, but look at all the nuances in there, you know?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
So
point in case, replay it now.
yeah,
Hey,
exactly. Go back and replay it. For anyone new in the program, let's see, Low or Matt or some of you other
Robert.
guys. Yeah, Robert.
Robert.
Jump in there. Go replay it. I mean, we have the file in there, right? It should be in there. Let's see. Well, anyway, yeah. If it's not, we'll put it in.
I'll grab it, Bruce, and give it to you, and then you can put it in there.
Okay. Thank you,
hey,
Shark.
John, can I ask John one more
Yeah,
question
I
before we
think you
go?
did have yeah, go ahead. Mhm.
John, when you said if it doesn't go right away, you getting out, wouldn't that lead to over trading, or you have a set amount of trades, like you say you take per day, like I'm set to take 8 trades a day, and if I reach that limit, I'm gonna stop, or no?
I resist any fixed basis like that. Trading is life. I let the charts dictate what I'm going to do and the conditions. So if it's going well and I'm on it, I may trade more than average. If it's not, I may trade once or twice a day, but I really do resist any kind of fixed parameter like that in my trading. Some days I won't trade at all. FOMC days, I won't trade that day. But it really depends on what the chart is telling me. And yes, and it might just be building on what you said, I'll get out and then if the volume comes back in, I'll get back in. I'll pay the commissions. But I just don't want to sit there and pause after getting in on high volume. I don't want to be in that situation because anything can happen at that point. So,
Got it. Thank you.
yes, sir.
Answered a lot.
Hope it helps.
It did. It truly did.
And we talked about this trading is life. The playbook that Bruce has built out for us, Impetus, the key levels, and
Scenarios.
okay, the scenarios, strategies, time of day, and then your setup. Like I added one in the bottom, which is like it's your rule book, and like I don't disagree with you. Trading is life. So yeah, everyone's different. And I mean, if you notice trends in your trading that you need to cut out, then you're identifying bad conditions that are for yourself. And like myself, I'm kind of like what we talked about, where I'm trying to like prevent over trading and getting emotional or something like that. So, building in rules, so your rule book is important in that playbook. Yeah, I know it's good to hear how everybody kind of deals with it. Everybody's different.
Well, I
That's
mean,
good to talk
Yeah.
about.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Shark. You had a comment.
No, I was about to
Oh,
say, but actually, this was towards you, Bruce. I mean, we speak to each other regularly. I just want to say thank you. This is a great community we have. Just we don't speak to each other on just on Thursdays when we have this. Like I was speaking to DNT 2 days ago. I speak to Shark regularly. I reach out to John, Laura. So as a whole, has improved my trading tremendously. So I just want to say thank you to you
Wonderful.
for putting this together. So before we go.
Well deserved. Outstanding work, Bruce.
oh, thank you, guys. I mean, like, I'm happy as can be, and I'm so happy to see some of these trades. Like,
Yes.
this is just awesome. I mean, you guys are nailing it, and now you're getting into nuances and trading his life and Shark, and you guys are now looking at you know putting these building blocks into trend trades, and you know what you're looking for. You know exactly what you're looking for, and uh, fantastic. And then Shark, what you had mentioned before, like talking with Axia, community is a huge part of it. And those guys that kind of stray away from the community that used to trade at Axia have a hard time coming back to trading. And just like you mentioned, trading is life. You had just reached out to all these other people to learn from them, bounce things around, ask questions, improve your own stuff. And I know you've given back a ton to others as well. Trading is life. So what comes around goes around, type of
Yep.
thing.
Yep.
So guys, I mean, the next steps are going to be really exciting because it's going to be it might take a little while, but like we're talking like what Bogdan had said. We're at like kind of level 3. Well, John's ahead of us, but we're at level 3 here as a trader. Like we've got some competence, and we're making some money. Wait till we start scaling, and you're going to look at that and you go, well, that's like earlier, Trading's Life, you said, well, I took it. It was a B minus or something. I took it, and I wouldn't put a lot of money on it though. Well, when those A plus trades come around, you're going to see it, you're going to recognize it, and you're going to put money on it.
Multiple.
Yeah, you're going to put multiples on it because like you're going to have, it's going to take a little while to learn it. But and how to manage that risk, because there's going to be times where like it's going to stop you out and you're going to have a big loss. And you're going to be like, shoot, how do I deal with that? Just slowly start to put a little bit more on, get a feel for it. But then what's going to, we'll see when we get there. But I imagine what's going to happen is it's too risky not to scale. Because if it goes against you, or if you miss that really good opportunity, there's a handful of those really good opportunities that can make the majority of the money. All the professional traders I've talked to that trade, that don't trade algorithmically, trade more like this, they all talk about that. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Guys, I'm so sorry to keep you for more than 2 hours here. So
I can stay all night.
So
Trading is life.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up. We'll catch up with you next time. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you, coaches, so much. And we'll continue on.
We'll do this tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. All right.
Good night.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye-bye.
See y'all.